In the very heart of Africa, where the land rises and falls in gentle undulations, lies a country whose beauty is both subtle and profound. Rwanda, a nation shaped by ancient forces and modern dreams, emerges each morning beneath a veil of mist, its hills rolling endlessly toward the horizon. Nestled at the crossroads of Central and East Africa, Rwanda is a compact, landlocked nation bordered by Burundi, Uganda, Tanzania, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Its position at the heart of the continent has shaped its destiny, connecting it to the Great Lakes and the ancient trade routes that once crisscrossed Africa. Here, the land breathes with a quiet rhythm. Each hill is a living sculpture, carved by centuries of rain and wind, their slopes cloaked in a tapestry of green that shifts with the seasons. Rwanda's landscapes are a study in contrasts. Volcanic mountains rise abruptly from the earth, their ancient flanks shrouded in mist, while open savannas and dense forests stretch out below, each ecosystem teeming with life. Across these hills, the land is shaped by both nature and time. Terraces climb the slopes in graceful arcs, a testament to generations of ingenuity, while wildlife moves quietly through the undergrowth, following ancient paths. Despite its modest size, just over 26,000 square kilometers, Rwanda is a sanctuary for an astonishing variety of life. From the tiniest orchid hidden in the forest shade to the vibrant wings of butterflies, every corner of this land pulses with vitality. The country's compact geography is a living mosaic where farmland, forest, and savanna interlock in a seamless tapestry, each patch telling a different story of adaptation and survival. In the north, the Virunga volcanoes stand as ancient guardians, their slopes veiled in cloud and mystery. These mountains, born of fire, are home to some of the world's rarest creatures and oldest forests. To the east, the grasslands of Akagera National Park stretch toward the horizon, where herds of antelope graze beneath the watchful gaze of distant acacia trees, and the air shimmers with the promise of adventure. In the southwest, the Nyungwe forest stands as a living relic of Africa's ancient past. Its dense canopy shelters a world of secrets, rare primates, hidden waterfalls, and plants found nowhere else on Earth. This extraordinary diversity, compressed into such a small space, makes Rwanda a microcosm of Africa's natural wonders, a treasure trove of biodiversity where every step reveals something new and unexpected. Woven through this lush landscape are the rivers, lifelines that sustain the land, carving their way through valleys and nourishing every living thing they touch. The Nyabarongo River, the most significant of these waterways, begins its journey in the shadowy depths of Nyungwe's forests, gathering strength as it flows through the heart of Rwanda. As it travels across the country, the Nyabarongo nourishes fields and forests alike, its waters supporting a delicate balance of life before merging with other rivers to become a vital tributary of the mighty Nile. The river is more than a geographical feature, it is a silent witness to the rhythms of daily life, its steady flow marking the passage of time and the unfolding of countless untold stories. As the Nyabarongo winds eastward, it skirts the edge of Kigali, the nation's capital, where the wildness of the river meets the energy of a city in motion. Kigali itself is a city of hills, its skyline rising and falling with the land, blending modern architecture with the timeless contours of the earth. The river's journey mirrors that of Rwanda itself, a path marked by resilience, transformation, and the quiet persistence of life. From the shadowy forests where it is born to the vibrant city it nourishes, the Nyabarongo binds together the wild heart of Rwanda and its forward-looking spirit. It is a symbol of continuity and hope, a silent testament to the enduring spirit of this land. A place where every sunrise brings new promise, and every river bend reveals another hidden tale of Rwanda, the land of 1,000 hills. The modern story of Rwanda is inseparable from the shadow cast by its recent history. A history marked by unimaginable pain, but also by extraordinary resilience. In 1994, the genocide against the Tutsi unfolded with harrowing speed and brutality. For 100 days, the nation was engulfed in violence, leaving deep scars on the land and in the hearts of its people. The memory of this tragedy is not hidden in silence. Instead, it is faced with unwavering honesty, woven into the fabric of national consciousness as a solemn reminder and a call to vigilance. Healing, for Rwanda, has meant more than the passage of time. It has required a collective reckoning, a willingness to confront the past, to mourn together, and to forge a new sense of unity from shared grief. Today, Rwanda stands as a living testament to the power of forgiveness and the possibility of renewal, its cities and villages echoing with the sounds of life restored. Across the country, memorials rise from the earth, places of remembrance and education, where the stories of the lost are preserved for generations yet to come. The Kigali Genocide Memorial, the nation's most prominent site of remembrance, stands as a sanctuary for reflection, its tranquil gardens and exhibits inviting visitors to bear witness to the past. Beneath its grounds, over 250,000 victims are laid to rest, their names etched in stone, a silent testament to lives interrupted and the enduring weight of memory. Within these walls, the stories of survivors and the voices of the departed are preserved, offering a profound and often overwhelming encounter with the realities of the genocide. Memorial ceremonies, marked by candlelight and moments of silence, serve as annual vows, renewed promises that the horrors of the past will never be repeated. In pursuit of justice, Rwanda engaged both international courts and its own legal traditions, seeking accountability and truth on a scale rarely seen in modern history. The Gacaca courts, inspired by ancestral customs, brought justice into the open air, transforming hillsides and village squares into spaces for truth-telling and reconciliation. Here, victims and perpetrators met face to face, recounting painful truths and seeking the possibility of forgiveness, their testimonies echoing across the valleys. The process was fraught with emotion, tears, confessions, and moments of reconciliation, each encounter a step toward mending the torn fabric of society. Beyond the courts, communities undertook the painstaking work of rebuilding, restoring homes, schools, and roads, and nurturing the fragile trust that binds neighbors together. On this day, the 23rd of April 2026, Rwanda is a nation transformed, its streets alive with hope, its flag a symbol of unity and peace. The skyline of Kigali is now punctuated by cranes and new buildings, markets bustle with commerce, and the rhythms of daily life speak to a country determined to define itself by progress, not by tragedy. The journey toward unity has been deliberate and profound, as Rwandans embrace a shared identity that transcends the divisions of the past. Rwanda's story is now one of hope, a nation that has chosen to rise from its darkest hour, to plant seeds for the future, and to inspire the world with its unwavering commitment to healing and renewal. At the very center of Rwanda, where emerald hills undulate toward the horizon, Kigali emerges, a city whose transformation mirrors the nation's own remarkable rebirth. From above, the capital appears as a living mosaic, ribbons of roads weaving through lush valleys, modern structures rising in harmony with the land, and the ever-present green hills embracing the city in a gentle, protective arc. Kigali's story is one of profound renewal. Once a modest colonial outpost, it has evolved into a thriving metropolis, its skyline punctuated by contemporary architecture and its neighborhoods seamlessly blending into the surrounding landscape. The city's altitude, perched at 1,400 meters, gifts it with a climate that is both temperate and invigorating. Misty mornings give way to golden afternoons, and the air carries the scent of rain-soaked earth and blooming acacia. The city pulses with a quiet, determined energy. Streets are meticulously maintained, and the urban environment is shaped by a philosophy of order and sustainability. Kigali's reputation as one of Africa's cleanest and safest capitals is not merely a point of pride. It is a testament to a collective vision, realized through disciplined governance and a shared commitment to the common good. The city's infrastructure is a model of efficiency. Transport arteries radiate from the central bus station, connecting Kigali to the farthest reaches of Rwanda. Motorcycle taxis, known as motos, glide along the avenues, their movement a symbol of the city's dynamism. These motos, numbering in the tens of thousands, navigate the hills and valleys with practiced ease, offering a unique vantage point from which to witness the city's daily rhythms. Kigali's transformation is deeply rooted in environmental stewardship. The absence of plastic bags is not just a policy but a visible reality. Markets and shops display signs of change, and the streets remain free of litter. The city's pristine appearance is the result of deliberate choices, from the nationwide ban on plastics to the integration of green spaces within the urban fabric. At the heart of this transformation lies umuganda, a tradition reimagined for a new era. On the last Saturday of each month, the city slows as citizens unite in a collective act of renewal, planting trees, restoring public spaces, and nurturing the land that sustains them. This ritual, woven into the fabric of Rwandan life, strengthens the bonds of community and instills a sense of shared responsibility that transcends generations. Kigali's skyline is a testament to its forward momentum. Modern cafes and art galleries stand alongside historic landmarks, while tech startups and creative spaces signal a future defined by innovation. Yet, the city remains intimately connected to its natural surroundings. From nearly every vantage point, the rolling hills serve as a constant reminder of Rwanda's enduring beauty and resilience. As dusk settles, the city is bathed in the warm glow of sunset, the hills casting long shadows over the bustling streets. Kigali stands not only as the administrative heart of Rwanda, but as a living symbol of its rebirth, a city where the lessons of the past inform a vision for the future, and where the spirit of renewal is etched into every corner of the landscape. Rwanda's cultural identity is a living mosaic, shaped by centuries of resilience, adaptation, and a profound sense of community. Each thread in this tapestry tells a story of ancient kingdoms, colonial encounters, and the enduring spirit of a people who have always found ways to move forward together. In classrooms across the country, the gentle hum of learning fills the air. English, now the nation's second language, is taught alongside Kinyarwanda, opening doors to global opportunities while nurturing a new generation of thinkers and dreamers. Remnants of the past linger in the soft cadence of French spoken by elders, a legacy of colonial times. Yet the present pulses with English, on the airwaves, in government halls, and in the aspirations of Rwanda's youth. This linguistic evolution is more than a shift in words. It is a testament to Rwanda's pragmatic embrace of change, balancing the unity of Kinyarwanda with the promise of international connection. Faith is woven into the daily rhythm of life, guiding decisions and offering comfort in moments of uncertainty. Christianity, in its many forms, shapes the spiritual landscape. Churches, both grand and humble, serve as anchors for communities, their doors open to all who seek solace or celebration. The majority of Rwandans identify as Christian, with Catholic traditions deeply rooted and Protestant congregations growing in joyful numbers, their voices rising in song from city to countryside. On special days, the sound of worship can be heard from stadiums and open fields, where thousands gather in unity, their prayers and songs weaving a powerful sense of belonging. Alongside Christianity, ancestral beliefs and Islam flourish, each tradition adding its own colors and textures to Rwanda's spiritual fabric. Rituals honoring ancestors and the call to prayer at sunset coexist in mutual respect. This harmony of beliefs is not merely tolerated, but celebrated, fostering a climate of dialogue and understanding that strengthens the nation's social bonds. Daily life unfolds in a delicate balance between innovation and tradition. In the heart of Kigali, the tempo is brisk, markets buzz, technology hubs hum, and the city's skyline stretches ever higher. Beyond the city, the countryside breathes at its own pace. Here, the land dictates the rhythm, planting, harvesting, and the quiet rituals that mark the passage of seasons. Across Rwanda, a spirit of collective responsibility prevails. On Umuganda days, neighbours unite to clean, build and care for their communities, reinforcing a sense of shared destiny. Markets are more than places of commerce. They are vibrant social hubs where stories are exchanged, friendships forged, and the pulse of the nation can be felt in every transaction. Family remains the cornerstone of Rwandan society. Wisdom is passed from elders to youth, not just in words, but in the rituals and crafts that define identity and belonging. The landscape itself tells a story of transformation, where ancient homes stand beside modern innovations, and new roads bridge the gap between past and future. Progress and heritage are not at odds here. Technology is harnessed to improve lives, even as traditional skills are honored and preserved, ensuring that no knowledge is lost to time. This seamless blending of eras is what gives Rwanda its distinctive character, a society that looks outward with confidence, yet remains deeply rooted in its own story. Hospitality is a cherished value. Whether in the city or the most remote village, visitors are greeted with open arms and genuine warmth, invited to share in the daily joys and challenges of Rwandan life. Above all, it is the spirit of unity and resilience that defines Rwanda today, a nation continually weaving new patterns from the threads of its past, present and future, creating a tapestry as vibrant and enduring as its people. In Rwanda, tradition is not merely remembered, it is lived, pulsing through the land in the form of music, dance, and the meticulous artistry of handmade crafts. Each element is a thread in the nation's cultural tapestry, woven with care and reverence for generations past and those yet to come. The inanga, a traditional zither, sings with a voice both ancient and haunting, its melodies echoing across misty hills at dawn. The calabash rattle, filled with seeds, adds a gentle percussion, its sound as familiar as the wind rustling through banana leaves. Artisans, working in the soft glow of early morning, transform earth and plant into objects of beauty and meaning. Clay is molded into ceremonial vessels, each curve and groove telling a silent story. Natural dyes, extracted from roots and leaves, infuse fibers with the colors of the Rwandan landscape, ochres, greens, and deep indigos. The agaseki basket, perhaps Rwanda's most iconic craft, is a marvel of patience and skill. Each basket is woven from natural fibers, its geometric patterns reflecting the harmony and order valued by the community. The conical lid, perfectly fitted, guards the secrets and gifts placed within. At local markets, these baskets are exchanged not just as goods, but as tokens of trust and goodwill. Their presence in homes marks important milestones, births, unions, and reconciliations. Each basket a silent witness to the unfolding of life's most significant moments. The drum, or ingoma, is the heartbeat of Rwandan tradition, crafted from hollowed wood and animal hide. Each drum is tuned by hand, its voice deep and resonant. The rhythms played are complex, layered, and precise. Each beat a call to memory, a summons to gather. Though the dancers themselves remain unseen, their presence is felt in the shifting shadows and the echo of feet on earth. Spears and headdresses, laid out in preparation, speak of stories told through movement, tales of valor, unity, and the enduring spirit of the people. Beadwork and weaving are more than decorative arts. They are languages of identity and belonging. Each color, each pattern carries meaning, messages passed quietly from one generation to the next, encoded in the very fabric of daily life. The preparation of food, too, is steeped in tradition. Clay pots bubble over open fires, their contents seasoned with herbs gathered from the hills. Grains are ground by hand, the steady rhythm of stone on stone, a quiet accompaniment to the day's work. Even the landscape itself is woven into tradition. terraced hillsides carved by generations of careful hands cradle crops that sustain both body and spirit. Rainwater guided by hand-carved channels nourishes the roots of coffee and tea, crops that have become symbols of Rwanda's resilience and renewal. As evening falls, the rhythms of tradition continue in the hush of twilight. Smoke rises from thatched roofs, fireflies dance above quiet villages, and families gather around glowing hearths. Here, stories are shared, songs are sung, and the wisdom of ancestors is honored in the gentle cadence of everyday life. In Rwanda, tradition is not static. It is a living, breathing force, renewed with each sunrise, carried forward in every act of creation, and rooted deeply in the land itself. Through music, craft, and the rituals of daily life, the rhythms of tradition continue to shape and inspire, offering a profound sense of belonging and hope for the future. Beneath the rolling hills of Rwanda, the land breathes with promise. Its volcanic soil, dark and mineral-rich, is the silent architect of the nation's prosperity, nurturing life from the ground up. Each dawn, as mist lifts from the valleys, the landscape reveals a tapestry of cultivation. Here, agriculture is not merely an occupation. It is a legacy woven into the rhythm of daily life and the heartbeat of the economy. Ingeniously carved terraces ascend the hillsides, their contours shaped by generations of knowledge. These living mosaics transform challenging terrain into fertile ground, where every inch is cherished and cultivated. Rwanda's fields yield a vibrant array of crops, bananas and plantains arching skyward, sorghum and sweet potatoes thriving in the volcanic embrace. Each plant is a testament to adaptation and abundance. Beans in particular are a cornerstone, nourishing families and fortifying the nation's diet, their roots binding the soil and their harvests sustaining communities through lean and plentiful seasons alike. The meticulous arrangement of crops climbing in neat succession up the slopes reflects a harmony between human ingenuity and the land's natural contours, a partnership forged through patience and perseverance. Beyond subsistence, Rwanda's agricultural vision extends outward. Carefully packed harvests travel from hillside plots to bustling collection points, destined for markets both near and far. Among Rwanda's most prized exports, tea stands out. Its leaves nurtured by altitude and mist, hand-picked with precision, and processed with a blend of tradition and innovation. Experts predict that tea, with its delicate flavor and global acclaim, will soon eclipse coffee as Rwanda's leading cash crop, an evolution driven by both climate and market demand. The Sowing estate, founded in 1975, stands as a beacon of progress. Its journey from modest beginnings to a thriving enterprise mirrors Rwanda's own transformation. Employing thousands, Sowing's commitment to quality and sustainability has set new standards, its teas now sought after in discerning markets across continents. With a vision for organic cultivation, Sowing exemplifies Rwanda's pledge to responsible stewardship, balancing productivity with ecological care and ensuring that prosperity does not come at the environment's expense. Across the country, fields are diversifying. New crops, tested and adapted, are introduced to strengthen food security and broaden economic horizons. Rice, once a rarity, now flourishes in carefully managed paddies. Ambitious initiatives aim to achieve self-sufficiency, reducing reliance on imports and empowering local economies. Sugarcane, too, has found its place, fueling a burgeoning industry and providing new opportunities for rural enterprise. This deliberate diversification is a cornerstone of Rwanda's resilience strategy, insulating livelihoods from global shocks and nurturing a robust, adaptable economy. Every seed sown is an investment in the future, a quiet act of hope, echoing through seasons and generations. Beyond the fields, rural industries are blossoming. Soap-making ventures, powered by local resources, not only generate income, but also champion environmental innovation. Eucalyptus, a fast-growing species, is at the heart of a vast reforestation campaign. Its wood, processed in manual sawmills, supports both industry and ecological renewal. Charcoal, produced from managed eucalyptus stands, remains a vital energy source, its production now guided by principles of sustainability and efficiency. Through careful stewardship, these plantations are maintained for renewal, balancing resource needs with the imperative to restore and protect. At the same time, Rwanda's ancient forests are fiercely guarded, preserved as sanctuaries for biodiversity and as living legacies for future generations. This balance between progress and preservation defines Rwanda's approach. It is a pragmatic vision, rooted in respect for the land and a determination to secure prosperity that endures. In every sunrise, in every new sprout, Rwanda's promise is renewed, a nation sowing the seeds of prosperity, cultivating hope, and nurturing a future where the land and its people flourish together. In the far east of Rwanda, where the land undulates gently toward the Tanzanian border, Akagera National Park stretches across a tapestry of golden grasslands and shimmering blue lakes. Here, the horizon is broken by clusters of acacia and fig trees, their silhouettes etched against the vast African sky. Established in 1934, Akagera is a living mosaic of habitats, open savanna, tangled woodlands, and intricate networks of papyrus swamps and lakes. The park's waterways, fed by the Akagera River, carve through the landscape, nourishing a delicate balance of life. In these lakes, the surface ripples with the movement of hippos, one of Africa's largest populations, while Nile crocodiles bask motionless on muddy banks, their armored bodies blending with the earth. Herds of buffalo and waterbuck graze in the open, their movements stirring clouds of dust that catch the light at dawn and dusk. Among the acacia groves, Maasai giraffes move with slow, deliberate grace, their long necks reaching for tender leaves high above the ground. Today's population, descended from just 6 individuals, is a testament to the resilience of nature and the careful stewardship of the park. As dusk falls, the savannah comes alive with the low, resonant roars of lions. Once absent from these plains, they now prowl the grasslands again, their presence restoring the ancient rhythms of predator and prey. Akagera's revival is a story of ecological renewal, where each reintroduced species, whether lion, rhino, or giraffe, restores a missing thread in the park's intricate web of life. Journeying southwest, the landscape transforms dramatically. Mist drifts through the ancient montane forests of Nyungwe National Park, where the air is thick with the scent of moss and wild orchids. Here, sunlight filters through a dense canopy, illuminating a world that has endured since the last ice age. Nyungwe is a sanctuary for biodiversity, home to more than 1,000 plant species and a symphony of bird calls, over 300 species, many found nowhere else on Earth. Troops of black and white colobus monkeys leap between branches, their movements a blur of monochrome against the emerald green. Suspended high above the forest floor, the canopy walk offers a rare vantage point. From here, the forest stretches endlessly, a living relic of Africa's ancient past, its secrets hidden beneath layers of foliage and mist. Rwanda's protected areas extend beyond forest and savanna. In the north, the twin lakes of Burera and Ruhondo shimmer at the foot of volcanic peaks, their waters reflecting the ever-changing sky. Along the western frontier, Lake Kivu's vast expanse forms a natural border, its deep blue surface stretching toward the distant mountains of Congo. The islands of Lake Kivu, such as Napoleon Island, rise steeply from the water, their forests echoing with the calls of fruit bats. Each park, each lake, is a unique realm. Together, they form a living mosaic that is Rwanda's natural heritage, a testament to the country's enduring wild heart. In Rwanda's far north, where the borders of three nations converge, the Virunga Mountains rise in silent grandeur, their volcanic slopes shrouded in morning mist and ancient secrets. Here, beneath the emerald canopy of bamboo and hagenia, the last wild mountain gorillas move with quiet purpose. Their massive forms slip through the undergrowth, leaving only the faintest trace: a bent stalk, a nest of woven leaves, a low rumbling call echoing through the forest. The Virungas are a realm of contrasts: volcanic power and delicate life, ancient lava flows now blanketed in moss, and the ever-present tension between survival and loss. It was within these misty forests that Dian Fossey, the legendary primatologist, spent years in patient observation. She learned the subtle language of gorilla gestures, the meaning behind a chest beat or a gentle grunt, and forged bonds with families whose trust had never before been given to humankind. Fossey's legacy endures in the vigilant patrols and scientific monitoring that now safeguard the gorillas. Every day, teams of trackers rise before dawn, following trails through tangled vines and slippery slopes, recording births, mapping territories, and watching for signs of illness or distress. The silverbacks, with their commanding presence, lead family groups through the shifting light. Infants tumble and play, learning the skills of survival under the watchful gaze of mothers and aunts. Each gorilla's face is as unique as a fingerprint, their eyes reflecting intelligence, curiosity, and sometimes a flicker of wariness. Today, the Virunga Range shelters more than 800 mountain gorillas, a fragile but growing population. Their survival is a testament to decades of relentless protection, scientific insight, and the resilience of nature when given a chance to recover. Access to this world is strictly limited. Only a handful of visitors, guided by expert trackers, are permitted to enter the gorilla's domain each day. The rules are precise: no sudden movements, no food, no more than an hour in their presence, and always at a respectful distance. For those who are granted this privilege, the experience is transformative. The forest hushes as a gorilla family emerges from the foliage. Youngsters swinging from vines, mothers cradling infants, the silverback surveying his realm with quiet authority. To witness these gentle giants at such close quarters is to glimpse a world both ancient and immediate, a reminder of our shared ancestry and the delicate threads that bind all life. Far to the southwest, Nyungwe National Park stretches across a high plateau, its rainforest canopy veiled in perpetual mist. This ancient forest, older than the last ice age, is a sanctuary for primates found nowhere else on Earth. Among its most elusive inhabitants are the chimpanzees, nimble, social, and fiercely intelligent. Their calls ring out at dawn, echoing through the valleys as they move in search of fruit, leaves, and the company of their kin. Fewer than 300 chimpanzees remain in Nyungwe, their lives unfolding in the shadows of giant mahoganies and strangler figs. Tracking them demands patience and skill, following broken branches, listening for distant hoots, and reading the subtle signs left in the undergrowth. To observe a chimpanzee grooming its companion or fashioning a tool from a twig is to witness a mind at work, one that mirrors our own in ways both profound and humbling. Nyungwe's black and white colobus monkeys, in contrast, sweep through the treetops in exuberant troops, their long tails streaming behind them as they leap from branch to branch, a living river of fur and energy. The protection of Rwanda's great apes is built on a foundation of science, vigilance, and innovation. Rangers use GPS collars, camera traps, and radio telemetry to monitor animal movements and detect threats before they escalate. Conservation here is not an isolated effort, it is a partnership woven into the fabric of local life. Community members are trained as wildlife monitors, educators and advocates, ensuring that the benefits of protection are shared by all. Revenue from the Parks Fund, schools, clinics and clean water projects, transforming the fortunes of villages that once depended on the forest for survival. New classrooms echo with laughter and learning, while health clinics offer care to families who once faced long journeys for treatment. The forest, once a source of hardship, now sustains hope. In this evolving landscape, former hunters have become guardians, their knowledge of the forest now a shield for the creatures they once pursued. The future of Rwanda's great apes rests in this alliance between ancient mountains, wild hearts, and the people who call this land home. Rwanda's journey is a testament to the extraordinary resilience of a nation and the transformative power of vision. As dawn breaks over the undulating hills, a golden mist settles on the land, revealing a tapestry of terraced fields, winding rivers, and ancient volcanic peaks. Here the land itself tells a story of renewal, each sunrise illuminating a landscape once scarred by tragedy, now thriving with life and promise. In the heart of Africa, Rwanda has become a living laboratory for sustainable progress. The country's commitment to ecological balance is evident in the lush tea plantations that contour its hillsides, where the morning dew clings to emerald leaves, and in the reforested slopes where native trees reclaim their place, sheltering rare birds and butterflies. Rivers, once threatened by erosion, now run clear, their banks stabilized by carefully managed vegetation, supporting a resurgence of aquatic life. Rwanda's national parks are sanctuaries not only for wildlife, but for hope itself. In Akagera, herds of elephants and zebras roam across restored savannas, while the Virunga Mountains echo with the calls of mountain gorillas. Protected by vigilant rangers and innovative conservation policies, these protected spaces are more than tourist destinations. They are living symbols of coexistence, where the boundaries between human ambition and nature's needs are thoughtfully negotiated. The capital, Kigali, rises as a model of urban planning and environmental stewardship. Modern buildings, designed with energy efficiency in mind, stand alongside green corridors that weave through the city, providing habitats for native flora and cooling the urban air. Solar panels glint atop rooftops, and rainwater harvesting systems nourish community gardens, demonstrating a seamless integration of technology and tradition. Across the countryside, sustainable agriculture flourishes. Farmers employ terracing and agroforestry, blending crops with trees to enrich the soil and prevent runoff. Organic fertilizers and innovative irrigation methods have transformed once barren plots into productive fields, supporting food security while preserving the integrity of the land. Rwanda's approach to conservation is deeply collaborative. Local communities are empowered as stewards of their environment, participating in reforestation drives, anti-poaching patrols, and the development of eco-friendly enterprises. Markets bustle with products crafted from sustainable materials, and educational campaigns foster a culture of environmental responsibility from an early age. The nation's rivers and lakes, vital arteries of life, are protected through rigorous water management and pollution control. Wetlands are restored, providing sanctuary for migratory birds and acting as natural filters that purify the water. The air is cleaner, the forests denser, and the biodiversity richer than at any point in recent memory. Rwanda's story is not one of erasing the past, but of weaving it into a new narrative, one where the lessons of history inform a future built on unity, innovation, and respect for the land. The country's progress is measured not only in economic growth, but in the health of its ecosystems, the clarity of its rivers, and the resilience of its forests. As the sun sets over the thousand hills, casting long shadows across fields and forests, Rwanda stands as a beacon, a reminder that even the smallest nation, when guided by purpose and care for the earth, can illuminate a path toward a more harmonious and sustainable world. Beyond the iconic peaks and verdant savannas, Rwanda shelters a realm of natural wonders rarely seen by the outside world. Deep within the Nyungwe forest, the canopy breathes with ancient secrets, mist drifting through the branches of towering mahoganies, where rare orchids bloom in the filtered dawn light. Here, the air shimmers with the calls of elusive birds. The regal Ruwenzori Tarako flashes scarlet wings through the emerald gloom, while the blue monkey leaps silently from limb to limb. vanishing into a tapestry of green. Tucked away in the country's western reaches, Lake Kivu stretches like a sapphire mirror, its shores fringed by volcanic sands and hidden coves. Beneath its tranquil surface, methane bubbles rise slowly, hinting at the lake's volcanic origins. Fishermen glide across the water in slender wooden canoes, casting nets by moonlight and returning at dawn with their gleaming catch. Along the shoreline, thermal hot springs bubble quietly, their mineral-rich waters feeding pools that steam in the early morning chill, an oasis for rare frogs and butterflies. In the eastern wetlands, papyrus reeds sway above the shimmering surface of Rugezi Marsh, a sanctuary for the endangered Grauer's swamp warbler. Water lilies unfurl with the sunrise, painting the marsh in hues of white and violet, while dragonflies dart in iridescent flashes over tranquil pools. Beneath the floating islands of vegetation, shoals of tiny fish navigate a labyrinth of roots, sustaining a delicate ecosystem few have witnessed. Far to the north, the Musanze caves wind beneath the surface, lava tunnels carved by ancient eruptions, now echoing with the drip of subterranean springs. Bats swirl in the cool darkness, emerging at dusk in swirling clouds, while moss clings to the rocky walls, nourished by the filtered light that slips through hidden crevices. These hidden gems reveal another side of Rwanda, a land where the extraordinary thrives in quiet corners, waiting to be discovered by those who seek the wild heart of Africa. Each secret landscape is a testament to nature's resilience, preserved through mindful stewardship and the enduring harmony between people and the land. As the mist rolls over Rwanda's forgotten valleys and silent forests, the country's hidden wonders whisper a promise. There is always more to discover if we choose to look beyond the familiar. In the heart of Rwanda's diverse landscapes, a silent drama unfolds, a world where rare flora and remarkable fauna coexist in delicate balance. Here, nature's architects have crafted ecosystems unlike any other on the continent. Venture into the mist-laden slopes of the Volcanoes National Park, where bamboo forests rise in slender columns. These groves are lifelines for the endangered mountain gorilla, but they are also home to the golden monkey, whose vibrant coats catch the morning sun as they forage for tender shoots and wild fruits. Overhead, the giant lobelias bloom with towering spires, their waxy leaves and blue-violet blossoms adapted to the ever-changing mountain climate. In Rwanda's lowland forests, the elusive forest elephant treads softly, shaping the undergrowth as it travels ancient trails. Nearby, the African civet prowls at dusk, its banded fur blending seamlessly with the dappled shadows. The ground itself is alive with the movement of the endemic Rwandan mole rat, burrowing beneath carpets of ferns and wildflowers. The wetlands and lakes host a symphony of life. The papyrus-draped shores of Akagera are sanctuaries for the secretive Sitatunga, an antelope with splayed hooves perfectly suited for marshy ground. Above the reeds, flocks of shoebill storks stand sentinel, their prehistoric profiles silhouetted against the rising mist. In the shallows, African clawed frogs and vividly coloured cichlid fish thrive, their populations reflecting the purity of the water. Rwanda's botanical wonders are equally striking. The endemic Impatiens nyungwensis, a delicate wildflower, adds flashes of magenta to the forest floor, while the rare Begonia pulcherrima clings to rocky outcrops beside mountain streams. High in the canopy, epiphytic ferns and mosses form living tapestries, capturing moisture from the clouds that drift through the treetops. Each species, from the tiniest orchid bee to the regal crowned eagle, plays a vital role in Rwanda's ecological mosaic. Their survival depends on a web of interconnections, pollination, seed dispersal, predation, all sustained by the country's commitment to conservation. As dusk falls and fireflies begin to dance over the forest floor, Rwanda's living treasures retreat into the shadows, their presence felt in the rustle of leaves and the distant calls echoing through the night. These wild inhabitants, rarely glimpsed yet ever present, embody the spirit of a nation where biodiversity thrives in harmony with the land, a testament to Rwanda's enduring legacy as a sanctuary for the rare and the remarkable. Beneath the emerald canopy and rolling hills, Rwanda's true origins are etched in fire and stone. The country's volcanic heartlands, crowned by the Virunga Mountains, are more than a dramatic backdrop. They are the architects of Rwanda's terrain and its thriving ecosystems. Here, ancient volcanoes rise above the clouds, their slopes cloaked in lush forests and shrouded in mist. The dormant giants, Karisimbi, Bisoke, Sabyinyo, Gahinga, and Muhabara, form a formidable chain, their fertile soils sculpted by millennia of eruptions and renewal. These volcanic soils are among the richest on the continent, nurturing dense bamboo groves, montane forests, and sweeping grasslands that support a kaleidoscope of life. Rainwater, filtered through layers of volcanic ash and pumice, emerges in crystal-clear springs that feed the headwaters of Africa's great rivers. These pure streams sustain rare amphibians and provide lifelines for species from the forest floor to the high mountain meadows. Along the slopes, geothermal vents create warm microclimates, fostering unique plant communities that can be found nowhere else on Earth. The legacy of past eruptions is written in the landscape's dramatic contrasts: jagged lava flows, fertile valleys, and crater lakes that glimmer like jewels in the morning light. Lake Burera and Lake Ruhondo, cradled in ancient calderas, are sanctuaries for otters, kingfishers, and migratory waterfowl, their waters tinted by minerals from the Earth's depths. Volcanic activity has shaped not only the land, but also its inhabitants. Specialized plants, such as the giant groundsel and rare orchids, cling to the nutrient-rich slopes, their roots anchored in mineral soil. Endemic insects, adapted to the unique chemistry of volcanic substrates, pollinate these blooms, while birds like the Rwenzori taraco flit through the canopy, their plumage flashing in the filtered sunlight. Even now the heartlands are alive with subtle movement. Subterranean heat stirs beneath the surface, driving cycles of renewal and decay. The interplay of fire, water, and life has crafted a landscape of extraordinary resilience, one where new beginnings emerge from the ashes of the past. In Rwanda's volcanic heartlands, nature's power and creativity are on full display. These ancient peaks stand as sentinels over a land where every eruption has sown the seeds of abundance, and every stone tells a story of transformation. Here, the spirit of renewal endures, echoing in the cries of mountain eagles and the rustle of bamboo in the wind, a living testament to the enduring bond between land and life. Across Rwanda's undulating landscape, a network of shimmering lakes and winding rivers weaves a vital tapestry, one that sustains both nature and culture. These waterways, often hidden among emerald hills and volcanic foothills, are more than just geographical features. They are the veins through which Rwanda's life pulses. Lake Kivu, the largest and most enigmatic of Rwanda's lakes, stretches like a vast mirror along the country's western frontier. Its deep blue waters cradle islands veiled in mist, while its shores are fringed with volcanic sand and lush vegetation. Unique among Africa's Great Lakes, Kivu is a freshwater reservoir shaped by tectonic forces, its depths concealing dissolved gases and ancient secrets. Here fishermen glide silently at dawn, their traditional canoes casting ripples across the glassy surface. The lake's bounty, tilapia and sambaza, feeds communities and fuels bustling lakeside markets. Beyond Kivu, a constellation of smaller lakes, Burera, Ruhondo, Muhazi, and Ihema, each tells its own story. Lake Muhazi, with its winding inlets and tranquil bays, is a sanctuary for waterbirds and a gathering place for local families. Along its banks, papyrus reeds sway in the breeze, sheltering herons, kingfishers, and the elusive Setatunga antelope. Lake Ihema, nestled in the Akagera wetlands, is a mosaic of floating lilies and reed beds. Hippos wallow in the shallows, while African fish eagles patrol overhead, their haunting cries echoing at sunset. Rwanda's rivers, too, are lifelines. The Nyabarongo River, the country's longest, meanders through valleys and farmlands, linking highland springs to distant deltas. Its waters irrigate rice paddies, nourish banana groves, and provide habitats for otters and monitor lizards. Along its course, ancient rituals are performed, baptisms, blessings, and ceremonies that tie communities to their ancestral waters. For generations, these lakes and rivers have shaped Rwandan identity. They are woven into songs, proverbs, and folklore, symbols of abundance, resilience, and unity. During the Umuganura harvest festival, villagers gather by the water's edge to give thanks, offering the first fruits of their labor to the spirits believed to dwell within the depths. Yet these precious waters face new challenges. Climate change and population growth test their resilience, while conservation efforts strive to protect fragile habitats and maintain the delicate balance between human need and ecological health. Today, Rwanda's commitment to environmental stewardship is visible in every clean shoreline and every restored wetland, a promise to future generations that the lakes and rivers will continue to flow, nurturing life and culture alike. In the gentle lapping of waves and the quiet rush of streams, the story of Rwanda is told, one of harmony, renewal, and the enduring power of water. Across the mist-cloaked hills and emerald valleys of Rwanda, a quiet revolution is underway, one that safeguards the land's astonishing biodiversity and redefines the relationship between people and nature. Rwanda's conservation efforts stand as a testament to resilience, innovation, and a vision for coexistence. Protected areas, once diminished by decades of turmoil, now flourish under vigilant stewardship. In Nyungwe National Park, ancient rainforests unfurl beneath the morning fog, harboring over 300 bird species, rare orchids, and a mosaic of primates. Conservationists, equipped with field notebooks and GPS trackers, monitor elusive chimpanzees and black-and-white colobus troops, ensuring their habitats remain undisturbed. Camera traps hidden among ferns and moss-covered logs silently record the secret lives of leopards and golden cats, providing vital data for researchers. At Akagera National Park, a remarkable transformation unfolds. Once depleted by poaching and encroachment, its savannas now teem with life, following the reintroduction of lions, rhinos, and elephants. Anti-poaching patrols, aided by drone surveillance and canine units, traverse the grasslands day and night, guardians of a fragile equilibrium. Waterholes, once silent, now echo with the calls of zebra herds and the trumpeting of elephants, signaling a restored ecosystem. Community-led initiatives form the backbone of Rwanda's conservation model. Local cooperatives cultivate native tree nurseries, replenishing degraded hillsides with indigenous species that anchor the soil and provide habitat corridors. Beekeeping projects thrive at forest edges, offering alternative livelihoods while reducing human-wildlife conflict. In buffer zones, sustainable agriculture and ecotourism ventures empower villages, ensuring that prosperity and preservation go hand in hand. Rwanda's commitment extends beyond its borders, forging regional alliances to combat wildlife trafficking and preserve migratory corridors. Environmental education programs reach schools across the countryside, inspiring a new generation of stewards. Children learn to identify endemic frogs and butterflies, while citizen scientists join annual bird counts, transforming conservation into a shared national endeavor. Yet, challenges persist. Climate fluctuations, invasive species, and growing populations demand adaptive solutions. Scientists experiment with innovative techniques, such as bioacoustic monitoring to track rare amphibians and ecological corridors that connect isolated habitats. Restoration projects breathe new life into wetlands and forests, reversing decades of degradation. Through a blend of tradition and technology, Rwanda's conservation revolution unfolds, not as a distant dream, but as a living reality. Every rustling treetop, every footprint in the mud, and every dawn chorus speaks of a nation determined to cherish its wild inheritance. In the heart of Africa, Rwanda's story is no longer one of loss but of hope, a promise that the wonders of its natural world will endure for generations yet to come. From the rolling highlands to the shimmering lake shores, Rwanda's character is sculpted not only by its people and wildlife, but by the ever-changing moods of its sky. Here, weather is more than a backdrop. It is a silent architect, etching patterns into the land, dictating cycles of life and nurturing the lush tapestry that blankets the land of 1,000 hills. Rwanda's climate, defined by its equatorial latitude and varied elevation, is a study in contrasts. The western mountains, cloaked in mist, intercept moisture-laden winds from the Congo basin. Clouds gather and break, sending downpours cascading through the dense canopies of Nyungwe, feeding streams that braid through the rainforest floor. In the east, the savannas of Akagera awaken to a gentler rhythm. Sunlit mornings give way to scattered afternoon showers, while the horizon shimmers with heat and distant thunder. Two distinct rainy seasons shape Rwanda's calendar, the long rains from March to May and the short rains from October to December. During these months, the landscape transforms. Emerald rice paddies swell with water, hillside terraces shimmer with new growth, and rivers surge with renewed vigor. Between the rains, the dry seasons bring clarity. The air sharpens, the skies clear, and the land rests beneath a golden sun. This dance of wet and dry carves Rwanda's terrain. Rainwater sculpts the volcanic slopes of the north, nourishing fertile soils that support fields of tea and coffee. In the valleys, mist rises each dawn, weaving through eucalyptus groves and across tranquil lakes, cloaking the world in a soft, ethereal hush. The wetlands of Akanyaru and Rugeze, sustained by seasonal floods, become sanctuaries for rare cranes and amphibians, their fragile existence tied to the pulse of the rains. Yet, Rwanda's weather is never static. Global shifts bring unpredictable patterns, longer droughts, heavier storms, and subtle temperature rises. Farmers watch the sky with practiced eyes, attuned to the smallest change in wind or cloud. In response, communities adapt. Rainwater harvesting, drought-resistant crops, and agroforestry buffer the uncertainties, ensuring resilience in the face of a changing climate. Across Rwanda, the weather is not just a force to endure, but a partner in the ongoing story of renewal. Each cloudburst, each whisper of wind, shapes not only the land, but the rhythms of life itself. In the mosaic of valleys and peaks, the sky remains ever-present, a reminder that nature's power and beauty are written in the language of rain, sun, and mist. Beneath Rwanda's vibrant landscapes lies an ancient story, written in layers of rock and sculpted by the relentless forces of the earth. To understand the present beauty of the land of 1,000 hills, we must journey deep into its geological past, a saga of fire, upheaval, and transformation. Millions of years ago, the land that would become Rwanda was caught in the throes of tectonic drama. The East African Rift System, one of the world's most significant geological features, began to split the continent apart. As the African plate slowly fractured, molten rock surged upward, birthing a chain of volcanoes that now stand sentinel along Rwanda's northern frontier. The Virunga Mountains, with their towering peaks and fertile slopes, are the visible legacy of this volcanic genesis. Lava flows and ash deposits enriched the soil, creating a natural cradle for Rwanda's famed tea and coffee plantations. The mineral-rich earth also nurtured dense rainforests, now sanctuaries for rare species found nowhere else on Earth. But the story does not end with volcanoes. The rifting process carved deep valleys and shaped the undulating hills that define Rwanda's topography. Ancient lakes formed in low-lying basins, their waters ebbing and flowing with each geological pulse. Over time, rivers etched intricate patterns across the land, feeding wetlands and nourishing the life that flourishes today. The scars of ancient earthquakes, though rarely felt now, are preserved in the rugged contours of the landscape. Fault lines dictate the courses of rivers and the boundaries of ecosystems, subtly guiding the flow of both water and life. Rwanda's underground riches, tin, tungsten and tantalum, are remnants of primordial processes, drawing miners to the hillsides in search of these valuable resources. Yet, the extraction of minerals requires careful stewardship, as the balance between economic growth and environmental preservation remains delicate. Today, Rwanda's geological heritage is more than a foundation beneath our feet. It is an active force shaping the climate, sustaining biodiversity, and determining the character of the land. The volcanic soils support lush agriculture, while the rift valleys cradle lakes that teem with life. Even the distinctive weather patterns are influenced by the mountain's ability to summon clouds and rain from the passing winds. In Rwanda, every hill and valley is a chapter in a story millions of years in the making. The silent power of geology continues to mold the land, ensuring that the nation's natural wonders are both ancient and ever-changing, an enduring testament to the restless heart of the earth. Beneath the emerald canopies and across the mist-laden valleys of Rwanda, a hidden world thrives, one inhabited by creatures so rare their very existence is a triumph of nature's resilience. In the dense, tangled rainforests of Nyungwe, the elusive golden monkey leaps from branch to branch, its shimmering fur catching the dappled sunlight. These agile primates, found only in the Albertine Rift, navigate the highland bamboo groves with acrobatic grace, evading predators and foraging for tender shoots. Deeper still, among the ancient trees, the haunting calls of the Grauer's swamp warbler echo across marshy clearings. This small, secretive bird, its plumage a subtle blend of olive and grey, flits through papyrus beds that sway gently with the breeze. Here, in these watery sanctuaries, countless amphibians, like the vividly coloured Rugege highland frog, cling to survival, their lives intricately linked to the purity of the wetlands. In the volcanic foothills of the Virunga Massif, the critically endangered mountain gorilla roams in tightly knit family groups. Every heartbeat in the hush of the forest is a reminder of their fragility. The silverbacks, stoic and powerful, guide their kin through a mosaic of moss-draped trees, wild celery patches and tangled vines. Their watchful eyes reflect both wisdom and vulnerability, a living emblem of Rwanda's conservation triumphs. At Lake Kivu's rocky shores, the rare Kivu clawed frog slips between stones beneath the crystal surface, while endemic cichlid fish shimmer in the filtered sunlight, their scales painting flashes of blue and gold in the shallow depths. In the savannas of Akagera, the shy Sitatunga antelope wades through reed beds, its splayed hooves adapted for silent movement across the marsh. Nearby, the reclusive shoebill stork stands sentinel, its prehistoric silhouette mirrored in the still water. Each of these species is intimately bound to its habitat, dependent on the subtle interplay of climate, vegetation, and geography. From the canopy dwellers of Nyungwe to the marshland wanderers of Akagera, Rwanda's rarest animals are not just survivors but essential threads in the nation's ecological tapestry. Through the lens of the wild, we glimpse a world shaped by evolution and chance, resilience and fragility. In Rwanda, the rare and remarkable persist, their secret lives a testament to the enduring power of nature and the promise of protection for generations to come. Across the rolling hills of Rwanda, fields unfurl in a patchwork of green, gold, and russet, a living mosaic shaped by generations of careful hands and forward-thinking innovation. Here, agriculture is more than a tradition. It is a story of adaptation, resilience, and renewal, written into every furrow and terrace. In the highlands, where the land once bore the scars of erosion and overuse, a quiet transformation is underway. Contour farming and terracing, guided by ancient wisdom and modern science, now cradle the soil, capturing rainfall and nurturing crops in harmonious balance. Interwoven with these terraces, lines of indigenous trees and shrubs act as natural windbreaks, restoring fertility and providing habitats for native birds and pollinators. Rwanda's farmers, stewards of the land, have embraced innovative agroecological practices. In smallholder plots, resilient beans, maize, and sweet potatoes grow side by side, an intricate dance of crop rotation and intercropping that preserves nutrients and wards off pests without the need for synthetic chemicals. Composting and biofertilizers enrich the earth, turning agricultural byproducts into life-giving humus, while sustainable irrigation systems draw water carefully from the rivers, ensuring every drop is cherished. In the valleys, rice paddies shimmer in the afternoon sun, their flooded fields reflecting a sky brushed with clouds. Here, integrated pest management techniques, using beneficial insects and native plants, reduce the reliance on pesticides, protecting both crops and the delicate balance of wetland ecosystems. Coffee and tea, Rwanda's green gold, flourish on misty slopes, cultivated under the shade of towering trees. These shade-grown plantations not only yield beans and leaves of exceptional quality, but also shelter rare orchids and butterflies, turning economic opportunity into ecological stewardship. Market gardens, vibrant with tomatoes, cabbages, and passion fruit, cluster near villages. Here, women's cooperatives lead the charge in organic farming, empowering communities and nourishing families with fresh, diverse harvests. Solar-powered cold storage and innovative supply chains reduce waste, ensuring that produce reaches markets fresh and abundant. From the peaks of the Virunga to the fertile shores of Lake Kivu, Rwanda's sustainable agriculture is more than a means of survival. It is a blueprint for harmony between people and the land. As the seasons turn and the landscape flourishes, every seed sown is a promise that prosperity and conservation can grow side by side, shaping a future where nature and humanity thrive together. As Rwanda looks toward the horizon, the nation stands at a crossroads, where hard-won progress meets the persistent challenges of a fast-evolving world. The lush hillsides and vibrant wetlands, so carefully restored, now face new pressures born of a growing population, climate change, and the demands of economic expansion. Rwanda's population is projected to nearly double over the next 3 decades. This rapid growth brings both promise and strain as the need for housing, infrastructure, and food intensifies. Urban areas expand, encroaching on agricultural land and natural habitats, while rural communities seek new ways to balance livelihoods with conservation. The challenge is clear: how to accommodate this growth without sacrificing the delicate harmony between people and nature. Climate change casts a long shadow across the landscape. Rainfall patterns grow more unpredictable, with intense storms and prolonged droughts threatening to undo decades of restoration. Crop yields become more variable, and water sources, once reliable, face the risk of depletion. In the highlands, landslides and soil erosion demand ever more resilient solutions, while the lowlands must guard against flooding and wetland degradation. Yet within these challenges lie opportunities for innovation and leadership. Rwanda is investing in climate-smart agriculture, developing drought-resistant crops, and expanding water harvesting systems to safeguard both food security and natural resources. Early warning systems, powered by digital technology, help communities anticipate extreme weather and adapt in real time. Urban planning is being reimagined through the lens of sustainability. Green spaces, energy-efficient buildings, and integrated public transport are reshaping Kigali and other cities, setting new standards for eco-friendly development across Africa. Rural electrification driven by solar and hydropower brings clean energy to remote villages, reducing reliance on wood fuel and curbing deforestation. Biodiversity corridors are being established to link fragmented habitats, allowing wildlife to move freely and adapt to changing conditions. Community-based conservation initiatives empower local people as guardians of their forests, wetlands, and lakes, ensuring that environmental stewardship is woven into the fabric of everyday life. Education and youth engagement are fueling a new generation of environmental leaders. Schools and universities are integrating climate science, agroecology, and renewable energy into their curricula, preparing Rwandans to tackle tomorrow's challenges with knowledge and creativity. As Rwanda charts its path forward, the journey will not be without obstacles, but with determination, innovation, and a deep respect for the land, the nation is poised to turn adversity into opportunity, proving that even in the face of uncertainty, a brighter, greener future is within reach.